I'm Derek Harper, and this is 5 Minute Majors. Let's face it, the major junior level of hockey has way too many all star caliber players to not have any all star game. Now, you can't have an all star game that features all three leagues because there's three leagues, so you can't do like two versus one or some of one league and some of another in on one team. So it's kind of too complicated there. So what we're going to do here is we're going to have one All-Star game in each of the three major junior leagues, starting with the WHL, the OHL, and then of course the QMJHL. Now we've seen the likes of Sidney Crosby come out of the QMJHL, Connor McDavid out of the OHL, Oliver Bjorkstrand out of the WHL, just to name a few. WHL used to have an All-Star game years ago, and now there is a CHL top prospects game, which is great. I guess that's their version of the All Star game. But you're just having two teams named after like former hockey greats, which is cool and all. But why not have an All Star game where fans can attend into different markets? They can visit different markets. They can get to see what other cities host. The tourism aspect of things is huge there. And then you also have NHL scouts that'll be going to each All Star game. You have the money that it's going to bring not just the city, but it's going to bring to the venues that host it, the teams that host it. And for NHL scouts and fans, you're getting to see the best of the major junior level in your city. Like, yeah, you can see major junior hockey during the regular season, but we're talking about the best of the best at the major junior level. So you could have like an Oliver Bjorkstrand going up against a Caleb or Seth Jones type of player, or Sidney Crosby type of player. And if you have those feature stars in one game, the amount of talent that you're going to get to see, like sure, you might get to see that at the in the each league championship or the Memorial Cup, and that's another aspect is the Memorial Cup because you're able to see, okay, what cities would be good to host that in the future of the three leagues. So it's a testing ground for the MasterCard or Kia, excuse me, Memorial Cup. Um, and so with that, you're able to have so many different aspects that an All-Star game can give to a city, to a league, to the CHL in general, and team executives. So they can coaches too. They benefit because you're gonna have the best coaches. Say it's a mid-season classic, so you're gonna have say the Eastern Conference and Western Conference best coaches coach those two teams, and you're gonna have the coaching staffs, athletic trainers. So you're gonna have the best of the best, and NHL scouts are gonna get to see this, not just for coaches, but for players too. And it gives a common ground for really the NHL to come together and say, hey, these players are potential NHL stars. These coaches could potentially coach at the NHL level. These athletic trainers could potentially work at the NHL level, or even the play-by-play guys, the color commentators. And you could also air it on like NHL Net, or if you must, you can do it on the pay-per-view for the CHL. But these are events that will be seen by the top executives in each probably pro league, probably have scouts from Europe even in this coming over to see these all-star games. And so with the economic benefits, the tourism benefits, the on ice benefit with the scouts and the coaches, it's a no-brainer to have an all-star game for each of the three leagues. And in my opinion, it heavily outweighs any negatives that an all-star game brings. And frankly, I can't think of any negative aspects of this. Um, it is truly something that I think the NHL is lacking because I think they should work together with the CHL to create that. And it would also eliminate the uh, Russia series with the CHL. You're getting to see top players from around the world, but some players might be from Russia and also on a team in the CHL. So there's that whole ordeal where they got to figure out who they're going to play for. And there's also political tensions in the past few seasons with players coming over and stuff. So it just makes sense for there to be a CHL All-Star game for each of the three leagues, the WHL, OHL, and QMJHL. And I think this should be done soon because I think there are many, many benefits to having an All-Star game for each of the three leagues.